Yo. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Okay. Let's get us in here, Johnson. Let's get going. What's up? My name is Tim Black. Welcome. Welcome. Oh, let me give a shout out. Let me give a shout out to my people on YouTube, man. My moderators, Buck Bewley, Ebony, and Black Mamba. Yeah. Happy holidays, people. Happy holidays, my people, my people, my people. Yeah. Yo. We in the house. Hope that volume's okay. I'm using that mic. Need to cut the air off, damn. How's the sound, Buck? Hope we're okay, guys. So, everybody's tuned in, Johnson. Hope everybody's locked in. So, welcome to the Tim Black Show. This is the most dangerous show in America. I got the wrong cup. This is the right cup. Yeah, got my tea on deck, fam. So, how's everybody doing? How y'all doing, man? Y'all good? Yeah. Oh, man. So, politics, news, breaking, culture, black culture. Look. I'm not a news reporter. I'm a commentator. I talk about what's going on in the world. I give my point of view on it. I'm going to tell you what happened. I tell you what I think about it. I tell you the point of view that I'm considering I think is important. I want to share it with you, get your opinion. We're having a one-way conversation. I wish it was a two-way. But if you comment, perhaps it will be a two-way. But this is not a news show. This is a commentator program. I want to welcome my people on the YouTube side of the game, as well as welcome back to X. What's going on, Rumble? What's going on, Kick? We do these live streams Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Today is Monday. We all good, Buck? Yes. The Wolfpack said, good enough, Tim. Yeah, man, I could do it the other way, right? I have the other mic, and the other mic is a little bit louder, right? But it's in a way. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be in a way. What's up, Nene? It's going to be in a way, fam. So I figure, like, why do that tonight? You know what I'm saying? Let's engage with the people. Let's keep it 100. As always, let's talk our shit. Let's, because I got some stuff to say. And I'm going to tell you, I like the new Tim. The new Tim makes me a little ashamed of the old Tim. And I don't mean, look, the new Tim Black looks at the old Tim and says, what were you thinking, dude? This is much easier. I get to look at everything and just call out hypocrisy. I get to look at everything and say, you know what, this is garbage. And then tell you why I think it's garbage so that you can consider it. You may agree, you may disagree. But that's a dope job. That's a dope-ass job. Now, all I got to do is be opinionated. If I'm opinionated enough, and you know what I'm saying, then this will go well. What's going on, DSMS? What's up, Willie? Black Mamba's in the building. Happy holidays as always. What's up, Black Rose? What's up, Real Britain? Miss Make Me a Drink. I'll give it up for that, yo. Yes. Miss Make Me a Drink. Real. What's up, Real? That's the Real Britain up in the building. You picked a good time to be here tonight. I haven't seen you lately. Excellent timing on your part, sir. This may work out well for you. Check this out, guys. I'm looking at some things that are going online right now. I was telling Mrs. Black, I said, you know what, baby, I cannot find anything really that I think I want to share with my people tonight. Yeah, I'm on X, I'm on Facebook, I'm on TikTok, I'm scrolling. I'm coming up with nothing. Nothing that I thought that I really felt good, like, yo, my people are gonna want to hear about this. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the holidays. You know what I'm saying? I said, you know, but these stories just did not feel good to me. And Mrs. Black says, I'm sure you'll come up with something. You always do. I said, I do, don't I? Man, I'm glad I married you. Good thing I didn't listen to my homeboys. Joke. So I'm like, okay, we'll see what comes to me. Then I went on YouTube. And I did not so much as get what to talk about. There was really no example of what was really dope to talk about. There was an example on what is not dope to talk about. That makes sense? Sometimes you got to be reminded of what not to do. And sometimes that's even more important than being reminded of what to do. Yeah, when I'm scrolling and I'm seeing people, I'm on my phone, you know, I'm doing this, everybody's talking about the Somalians. Everybody's talking about Epstein. Well, not everybody, but I saw some people talking about the Epstein files. I think I saw the Democrats. Yeah, Democrats are still talking about the Epstein files and how MAGA is so upset that more hasn't been done with the Epstein files. And it made me feel a certain kind of way, fam. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I know some things about the country that most people don't know, because most people are busy. Well, it's my job to update you. You know, whenever I'm tearing the Democratic Party a new asshole, there'll always be somebody that says, Tim Black, why? Why, Tim Black? Why are you doing that? Are you a Trump supporter? Why are you doing that, Tim Black? Are you a sellout, Tim Black? What is wrong, Tim Black? Some get mad. I had a very nice white lady today, well, yesterday, last couple days. She Facebooked me. She made some comments on my Facebook. All mean comments, horrible comments. Then she DM'd me on Facebook. All horrible, mean comments. Then she emailed me. Horrible shit. Now, this is a white woman, about 65 years old. She called me a biatch. She said, I'm a racist biatch because I'm talking about black people. Why aren't you talking about me, Tim Black? Talk about my plight. You keep saying black, white. You are such a racist piece of garbage. You're racist biatch. You know, when you say things like that, it would behoove you to not have your profile open, because I was able to go to her Facebook page, her personal Facebook page, see her friends, all of these bleach blonde, badly built butch bodies. Fam, I know her name. I think her name is Lucy. And I think she's from like Minnesota. No, she's not from Minnesota. Minnesota's in my head. I don't know I forget where she's from. But I got it all saved. I took screenshots. And I was gonna out her. Yeah, I was gonna make a nice post dedicated to her. Because, hey man, she contacted me 3 times on 3 different platforms. She shitted on me in my comments, DM'd me a bunch of curse words, and then went to my private email, my business email, and did the same thing all over again, just to make sure I'd have a great holiday. Mwah. What a citizen, a beautiful woman. So everybody's got the complaints, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at all this stuff. And I'm saying, you know, people say, Tim Black, why you talk about the Democrats like you do? Well, I talk about the Democrats like I do because of people like this. I don't know if she's a Democrat or a Republican. I don't know. Maybe she's MAGA. I don't know. My content does not tend to be focused on MAGA. But because of her, tonight it will be. A little bit more MAGA than usual. A whole lot of Democrat, a little bit of MAGA, and a whole lot of fun. So let's lock in, everyone. So the Democrats were talking about the Epstein files, right? And they were saying, it's a segment. I downloaded the segment. I think it's CNN or MS Now. And they're shitting on the Republicans. Yeah, they're taking a dump on Trump, saying he's doomed because MAGA's so upset about the Epstein files and the fact that his administration hasn't handled the files the correct way. And they had like polling. Yeah, they're doing like polls and asking people, do you think the Republicans have handled the Epstein files the correct way? Do you think they have done a good job and all this shit? So remember when I said people wonder why I hate the Democrats? It's because they're such liars who pretend that they're good people. Democrats don't care about Epstein files. You would think they do the most that they're talking. You know, the amount of virtue signaling that they do. You would think they really care about the Epstein files. They don't. The Republicans also don't care about the Epstein files. You would think they do because they talked about it, they talked about it, and talked about it, and talked about it some more. They don't care about it either, fam. In fact, none of our parties care about it because the way you show you care about a thing is you put forth the legislation so that something like this can't happen again, or you try to prevent it through legislation. That's how governments work. If you live in a busy town, say you lived in a busy town, say it's a small town, but a busy main street, and damn it, there's this one block that has a blind side because of some shrubbery or whatever. And there's been a number of collisions there. After becoming aware of this repeated collision location, what would you do? Well, you would cut down the bushes. If you didn't cut down the bushes because maybe they're a public landmark, you want to maintain it, well, maybe you put up a stop sign. Maybe you put up a signal. There are things that you do to prevent the accidents. That's if you give a shit. What has either party done to prevent what happened? I keep telling y'all, man, you ain't got to be Einstein. Just use your common sense. Your common sense is better than all their degrees put together. Family, they're on the take. They're not honest. They're not real people. These are corporations. They are the front men and women of corporations, donors, and the super wealthy. So back to my point. You would do something about it if you cared about people getting killed in your small town or getting injured, right? Same thing goes. If the Republicans or the Democrats really cared about the Epstein files, if they really cared about women in general, they do some things because they are the people that can do things. You and I can't do things on the same scale or level that our lawmakers can do. And if lawmakers can't do anything to make our lives better, safer, more productive, more healthy, what good are they? What good are they? All right? So they haven't done anything. The other thing is, the other way you determine if they really give a damn about a situation is How much money they spent? Yeah, I know. People tell you it ain't about the money. Yeah, it's about the money, fam. In our system of capitalism, what we spend money on is what we care about. That's why I say America don't care about black people, because we never got compensated for 400 years of slavery. How could you say you cared about people if you had them enslaved for 300 years, gave them freedom with no property and no money? In fact, the slave owners got money. We didn't. The little bit of property we were given was taken back. I mean, how could you say that? I mean, common sense says America don't care about black people. By the way, this woman was upset because I was saying things like that. She thought that was hateful. They don't want me to rile up the blacks, you know, make black people think about things. So the things you spend money on are things you care about. I want to take a second and say, look, what happened to those women, those girls, disgusting, horrific, no excuses, right? Those people need to be under the jail. Anybody who participated, under the jail, no excuses. Punished, publicly humiliated, all those good things. I'm on the record. But let's be honest here. On this show, if you've been a frequent Tim Black Show watcher, you'll know I cover things. So the Epstein files are not just about big names maybe caught up in a sting, right? It's also about women. It's about girls being exploited by rich, powerful people. It's about people being taken advantage of, right? That's why we care about it, right? We don't care about it because we're trying to win an election, do we? We don't care about it because we want to exploit it for votes or donations, right? So it really should be about the women that were exploited. It should be about victims. Over nearly 300,000 women and girls went missing in 2022. Now, I know it's a lot of women in the Epstein files. Most of them did not go missing. In fact, they're back with their families. It's traumatic. I'm sure they got PTSD, other issues. So we're not even talking about missing people, but we're all talking about exploited people. So I'm gonna put them in the same bucket. 300,000 women and girls went missing in 2022. That's the most current data. Dozens of women were trafficked by the Epstein thing. Maybe 100? I don't know. I'm just kind of putting in perspective what we're talking about. What I'm telling you is America don't care about those 300,000. And when I say America, I don't mean you and I. If you were walking down the street and you heard a woman screaming, he's trying to kidnap me, you'll get on your phone, you'll make a phone call. You'll try to stop. Maybe you'll try to intervene physically yourself. I ain't talking about you and I. I'm talking about our government. Right? I'm talking about our system. Doesn't care about those 300,000 women. Because if they did, what would they do? Same thing you do if you had a small town and you had some pull in that small town. If you were on the board or if you were a part of the community organization, you'd be talking about we need a stoplight or a stop sign, or we need to cut down them damn bushes. Same thing. Why is it different? Remember, most powerful country, one of the most richest countries in the history of countries in the world. Democrats love the virtue signal, how much they love the black folks. Do you know 36% of missing women and girls are black women and girls? Yeah, that's almost half. That's horrific. Black women and girls make up 14% of the population, of the female population. So 14% into 36 is 3 times, roughly 3 times. So that means black women and black girls are 3 times more likely to be trafficked. Now, if you're the Democratic Party, you talk all the time about, I get the blacks, the Democrat blacks, the vote blue, anywho blacks, the ones that tell me I'm a Tom, the ones that call me a sellout because I don't spend all day talking about how evil Trump is. Partly because I've been covering media before Trump was a politician. And the same problems we had then, we have now. Once again, before Trump, we had the same problems. But now you want to tell me the problems are all Trump. And I'm telling you, I've been doing this shit longer than Trump has been a politician. And I'm telling you that the problems predate Trump. They would have no retort. They start cherry picking things and saying, well, this is worse now. This is bad. It's Trump. You're defending Trump. But when you run on and when you chastise, when you bully, when you slander, when you beat up on black men, and say we don't do enough for the Democratic Party. Meanwhile, you ain't protecting our daughters and our wives and our moms. I just told you 14%. Black women make up 14%. Black women make up 14% of women and girls who are trafficked. No. Black women and black girls are 14% of female population in the United States. They are 36% of those that are trafficked. Over a third. I think that's some piss poor way to show that you care about black women. When, the most loyal voting bloc in the country is black women. And how do they get repaid? Where's the new legislation to protect black women? From being trafficked. I mean, you virtual signal, you say to MAGA's upset with Trump because Trump don't care enough about the Epstein files. I'm telling you that the Democrats don't care enough about the black women that go missing every year. Roughly 100,000. The black women and girls that go missing, black women and girls, 100,000 black women and girls go missing every year. Where's the legislation? Where's the money for that? We'll get to it. The average age of trafficked children, 15. It's middle school. So, is the Democrats' virtual signal about how horrible Trump is? How Trump don't care about the victims. These Epstein files, he won't release the files. And actually, they don't even talk about the victims. They want Trump's name to appear in there as many times as possible. They want to say Trump is a pedo. It's not even about the victims. It's about catching Trump up. And that's one of the reasons why I got such a vendetta about exposing the Democratic Party. Because somehow they fooled my brothers and my sisters into believing that they're the good guys. Good guys wouldn't do no shit like that, though. With the good guys, if they were the good guys, would they be virtue signaling about something they weren't really trying to fix? Would the good guys be focused on trying to bring down Trump instead of trying to bring women home? Trying to save girls from exploitation? $80 million. $80 million is how much money we spend. The United States of America spends $80 million a year in programs to combat human trafficking. $80 million. And that sounds like a whole lot of money when you're broke. That sounds like a whole lot of money for a lot of countries, right? $80 million, that's a hell of an investment. Till you consider, we send Israel $3 billion a year. You mean to tell me women and girls aren't as important to us as sending money to Israel? And I just pick Israel because everybody's talking about it. We waste money on all types of shit. But I just want to kind of put it in perspective. Remember, what we spend money on proves what we care about. You don't give people reparations. You don't give them property. You don't give them money to get started. You give money and property to white people to get started, but you don't give it to black people. Big red flag there. Kind of hard to hide that you don't give a shit. Same thing applies to women. Say you care about women, but you spend $80 million on programs to save them from being exploited and bring them home. Man, if I did a search for the programs that we spend money on in this country that cost more, that were more than what we're spending on women, the dictionary would come back. You realize that? If I did a search on, hey, what government activities do we spend more than $80 million a year on? It'd be like 50 things. That's because those 50 things are more important than those exploited women and children. Meanwhile, we got Democrats talking shit right now. I even downloaded one of the videos. I said, man, I ain't gonna play that shit. It's just a woman going on and on and on about how this is gonna hurt Trump and how it's gonna hurt the Republicans during the upcoming elections. Because that's all they really care about. The segment ain't about missing women. It ain't about missing children. It's about Trump being hurt. It's about hurting them in swing states. It's about how MAGA might be mad and not show up because of Epstein files. What it's not about are the victims. Now, last time I checked, it's the Democrats who ran Hillary Clinton. And I've been having to hear about it for the last 20 years. Now, Hillary Clinton was the brightest, most qualified person to ever run. Hillary Clinton is amazing. Then now we're hearing, Kamala is the most qualified, most brightest person to ever run, and all the men who didn't vote for her hate women. As if they're the party of caring about women. It don't look like they're caring about women, because if they cared about women, they wouldn't want them to be exploited. Right? I mean, let me know if I'm tripping. You got kids. Some of you have children. Some of you have parents. Some of you have family members, siblings. When there's a problem and people need to pitch in to help, that's what we do. I've been looking at a lot of videos over the last couple of days of very happy children who got gifts from their parents. And those are some heartwarming videos, man. Look, if you want to clean your palate from all this bullshit, watch a video of a kid getting a gift that they did not expect. And look at the joy on the child's face through the tears and sobbing and the hugs. Listen to the joy and pride in the parents. Democrats act like they did that for women. Yeah, Democrats act like they gave us some gift. They act like they've been hooking the women up or hooking black people up. They haven't been doing that. They've been running on some shit like they did. In fact, the equivalent of what the Democrats have been doing is they've been giving us a box under the tree with nothing in it. and tell her that's a clap. Hey, open up your gift. Ah! It's amazing what we got you. Look at what we got you. And then you open it up and it's a picture of the thing we wanted. Not the actual thing we wanted. It's a picture, a symbol that represents the thing you wanted. Oh. You go, what the hell is this? I wanted a new car. I got you a picture of a car. I would have got you the whole car, but that damn Trump, those damn Republicans wouldn't work with me. Give me a bike? What'd you get? Nothing. I just got you this picture. It symbolizes a car. Got you a pair of keys. Yeah, we got you a set of keys that go to nothing. But it's kind of like having a car. You can pretend. You can sit in your chair right now, pretend to put it in the ignition. You can pretend to drive. Look at you, Tim. Look at you, Blackie. Look at you, Blackie. You can pretend to be driving a car we didn't get you. That gift that you really wanted. I'm pretty sure I don't have a lot of black Americans who will vote blue anywho watching me right now. But I want you to know, that little skit I just did, whenever you talking shit online, whenever you are clapping for Kamala or Hillary, whenever you're roasting somebody because they didn't support Warnock, Warnock's shit, you know that, right? I don't think Warnock gets the attention he deserves. Chipmunk looking motherfucker. Listen, whenever you're talking shit about how Democrats are, at least the Democrats, whenever you do that, I'm thinking about this skit. I'm thinking about how you don't get it. How you lie to yourself. You open up the empty box, you look at the symbol of the thing you wanted, and you go, yay, lucky me. I think that's delusional. I had a friend that wrote me. She said, Tim Black, love your message, Tim Black. Love what you do, man. Brother, you put it down. But, you know, I think you have more people that would change their opinion if you stop calling them stupid. I said, oh, damn. Really? That's my favorite part. You mean I could convert some people? You know, when I'm doing these monologues, I don't think I'm going to convert people. Nah, I don't even set my intentions that high. I just think I'm talking to my group of 10 Black Wolfpack members, and we having a conversation. And I'm trying to say what you were thinking. And I'm also trying to give you some other thoughts that maybe you haven't thought of. You'd be like, hey, you know what? That's a good one. Good one, Tim. I don't consider myself, I don't feel like I'm reaching enough people to do these conversions. But, you know, I was taken under advisement. I told her, I said, you know what? I'm gonna consider that, because if it's an opportunity for me to change some opinions, I will. I like to do that. I like to lead people to the light, even if they're kicking and screaming. See, I sat today and I watched Democrats virtue signal about the Epstein files and say how horrible Trump was. And if Trump trafficked, assaulted, or raped underage girls, he deserves a full blunt force of the law. He does. Right is right. But here's my thing. I don't think you really give a shit. I just think you want to hurt Trump. I don't think you care about those women. I don't think you care about those little girls. They're now women. I don't think you care about those girls. Because if you cared about those girls, you care about these girls. Family. 40% of sex traffic victims are black women. 53 of juvenile prostitution arrests involve black children. Black women are 6 times more likely to be murdered than white women. $247 black women or girls go missing every day. You still think $80 million is enough money? This is what us spending $80 million. So most things, if you spend more money on it, you get better results. If you spend more money on it, you provide more resources. Can we take a little bit of money from over here, over there, maybe triple it? I mean, we wanted to bring that number down from 300,000, nearly 300,000 women a year to, I don't know, something respectable like 100. Or maybe, let's just be realistic, Tim. I mean, I know we're talking about people's lives and everything, but let's be realistic. Let's say 100,000. Look, man, when you ask me, why am I so hard on the Democratic Party? Because of shit like this. And because, unlike the Republicans, black people be falling for this bullshit. Democrats use black people because it takes a black face to tell them this bullshit for them to believe it. For them to actually internalize these things and walk around mad at Republican Party, mad at MAGA. If your baby was missing, you shouldn't be mad at MAGA, you should be mad at the United States government. Because we have the resources. We don't spend the resources to protect our women and girls. We spend those resources for other shit. And don't talk about the ballroom. That's privately funded. Why is nobody correcting these motherfuckers? Rich people spend money on all types of shit. So they're spending money to fund the ballroom. I'm so tired of that talking point I keep hearing Democrats use. Trump spent $300 million. It's not your money. It's not my money. It's not our money. It's his money and donor money. It's a private fundraiser. Stay on point. Stay on point. Why Joy Reid and I got to get better people, more people to talk about. Joy Reid don't have a show. Why isn't Abby Phillip correcting the record on this? I guess it's my job to do it. Yeah, but when you ask me why am I so pissed off about the Democratic Party, it's because they've convinced black people that they're the good guys. And if these are the good guys, Lord help us. Lord help us. We don't need no bad guys. We're covered. All right, fam. You would think the group of women that have supported a party more than any other group have been more loyal to this party than any other group of people in U.S. history. Why are they 6 times more likely to be murdered? Why are they 4 times more likely to be trafficked? And why do 250 of them go missing every day? And why are we spending more money to get them back? I mean, we got money. We print our own money. You know what? America can never say it's a money reason why we don't do something. We print our own money. Family. I know they want to make it seem complicated to you. Family, we print our own money. If you printed your own money, I bet your kids would always have a good Christmas. They have to be pretty naughty not to get a banging Christmas. We print our own money. And don't tell me Democrats can't get it done because Republicans won't let them. Family, go to presidentialimpact.com. presidentialimpact.com. Get my free ebook that tells you ways presidents get things done. Got 10 ways. These are based on what presidents have done over history, throughout our history, to get things done. When they don't have Congress. When they don't have Congress. When they don't have Congress. Now, a lot of things that Trump got done under his administration so far are shit people hate. Well, a lot of people hate it, especially Democrats. But one of the major ways of him getting shit done is his pen. Oh yes, the dreaded pen. Trump been signing shit. Why is it that Trump can do so much damage with a pen, but Republicans or Democrats can't do so much good with a pen? I'm trying to figure it out, fam. Is one pen mightier than the other? Is it that Biden wasn't packing? He didn't have no lead in his pencil? I mean, come on, folks, explain it to me. See, we got delusional. I'm talking to those people that are delusional, man. I'm not going to look. Black America. White America. If any white Americans are watching. I got a few. Asian America. All of America. If Trump can use his, you go in as president, you get a magic wand. And with that magic wand, it's the same wand. They pass the wand, it goes into a case. You get elected. You then have access to the magic wand case. You pull out the wand and you do things. Ta-da! Sometimes when you do too much, it gets overturned and kicked out and it gets undone. But you can still do it. Whatever it is you want to do, you can go in the case, get the wand and go, ta-da! Why is it that Trump can use the wand to do so much shit Biden can't do? Why do you believe Biden didn't have the power? Do you think he didn't have the power because he didn't have the power? Or he didn't have the power because he didn't have the power? What do you think? I got some smart people. I got people that are grown-ass people. They manage to put their shoes on every day. They put their underwear underneath their pants. Women that put their bras underneath their shirts every day without help. But they cannot figure out that a lot of shit you want done, they don't want to do because they just don't want to fucking do it. It's not because they're incapable of doing it. It's not because their hands are tied. I really wish I could do it. It's like that guy that's cheating on you. Got you on the side. Be like, I can't spend Christmas with you, baby. I got shit I got to do, man. I got to go to work. You know what I'm saying? I really would like to spend more time with you, but my boss been making me work so much. I got to go out of town. Well, let's have some fun now. Let's not ruin the time we had, baby. You know what I'm saying? Listen, and I don't want to get nobody in trouble. I don't know where y'all watching the show at. You might be over somebody's house right now. The point is this. Tim Black, married man, children. Listen. We got to stop falling for the okie doke, and that's what this show is all about. That's why this is the most dangerous show in America. Why? Because I'm going to make you think, realize, come up with solutions, realize you being played. And make you as also, at some point, the light's going to cut on. You're going to realize, not only have they been lying to you, they've been paying people to lie to you. And the people that you've been watching on your cable news are the worst of the worst. They damn near as bad as SSS agent, SSS army, whatever. They put the people, the baddest slave catchers. Yeah, they're pretty bad, man. Pretty bad. I ain't gonna say that. I'm not gonna use us. I ain't gonna use us as an analogy. But I'm gonna say, them some turncoats, them some backstabbing motherfuckers. These people are horrible. But it's all for money. It's all for money, fam. All right, let's keep it going, family. Now would be a good time to hit to hit the like button and share this content with a friend. Please hit like. Let the algorithm know that you like the content that we're putting down tonight. All right. Shout out to the 10 Black Wolfpack. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Let's get some reposts on X. Can I get some love on X? Yeah. Let me get a little love on X. Right. Anybody on Facebook? No, I'm not on Facebook. I could have done Facebook tonight. No links. Facebook hates when I put clips in. And tonight I have no clips. But they get it later. They get it later. So, let's move on to my main story. That's not even my main story. That was like basically my my follow-up, my secondary. You know what I'm saying? That's my secondary story. Let's go to the big kahuna. Somalia. The Somalians out of Minnesota. Let's talk about that. Yeah, man, because remember I said, I was like, wow, man, I'm in a privileged position. I can talk about whoever I want to talk about. And it doesn't have to, it could be anti-Democrat or anti-Republican or anti-media. It could be pro-upliftment. It could be positive. It could be negative. It could be, as long as it's relevant, right? I want to talk about the Somalians because I'm seeing too many people leaning into this shit in Minnesota. Don't get me twisted. Bad to steal. Bad to steal. But at some point, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Stop the fake outrage. You only mad because they black. Hold on. Time out, motherfucker. Time out. These MAGA people losing their damn minds because some black people got some money out of that, out of the state. They don't give a shit about that money. At some point, I mean, I didn't, look, it took a while for me to get to this point. You know what I'm saying? Because initially I was like, well, shit, it's a lot of money. We're talking about $250 million, $300 million. Some say as far as $1 billion in services. It's a lot of money, Josh. I ain't tripping. That's a lot of money. So, yeah, I was surprised. It's like, damn. Who put this thing together, man? It's a lot of money. I'll be honest with you, I was a little embarrassed. I mean, black Americans, we're pretty, industrious. We come up with things. We're real creative. How did we miss this one? No, I know it's wrong. Stealing is wrong. So initially I was upset, well, not upset, I was never really upset about it, but I reported on it and I called it what it was, a scam, right? These scumbags and scam artists, whatever. Okay, I thought this story was gonna go away because, it's money. It wasn't like they were trafficking children. It's not like they were, they just stole money. People steal money every day in the United States. More on that later. But family, it's been about 2 weeks since the story really broke open. People are still doing live streams on this shit. I saw this one, it's a sister with the boobies out. They're not out, but they, named April Chapman, that's it. She's conservative, right? Every thumbnail shit like this. Have on makeup, well, women got the women just got a leg up in the thumbnail business, don't they? They just you know what I'm saying? You guys lucky. I wish I had hair. You know what I'm saying? Tim with hair would get some views. Anyway, check this out, guys. They're still doing videos about the Somalians in Minnesota as if this is such a tragic event. They're talking about it as if, you know, as if it was the equivalent of, I don't know, 200, 300,000 women going missing every year. I mean, they're talking about it like it's a major catastrophic event. Don't get me wrong, on the state level, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money on the state level. But the way the number of conservatives, the people that are talking about it, family, I gotta call it. Just as a black man looking at it, I'm like, hold on, man. This is only being a big issue to this extent. This local story, this state story is only a major issue because these are Somalians. I can say that with a clear voice. I can say that boldly. I can look into the camera and tell you that. Why? Because I believe it to be true. I believe it to be true. Half the people upset don't even live in Minnesota. So it wasn't their money, right? Now, if you live in Minnesota and you're like, damn, I can't get my business going. I can't do this, I can't do that. Look at these fuckers. Look what they were able to do. Yeah, I can understand you being upset. You can talk about it all year if you want. Hell, you can talk about it again next year if you want to. In fact, you can bring it up every time, every day, for the rest of your life. You can bring it up. You have a right to do that. It happened in your state. You were directly impacted. Your money was directly used for it. And that money, you were turned down for shit in your state. But I got people like that little moron that kissed Trump's ass, like constantly, untalented little dude that thinks he's a comedian that's not funny. He like puts on wigs and pretends to be Jasmine Crockett doing like a minstrel show or something. You know what I'm talking about? He's an irritant, like it's little, I don't know his name. I don't want to know his name. But sure, that's a little ignorant motherfucker, right? And he put a video out complaining, saying he was a small business person. Meanwhile, he has his shitty ass like pancake mix with him on the front of it, looking like Aunt Jemima, trying to, like basically a knockoff. And I'm trying to get, a lot of Americans can't get business loans. These dirty Somalians, they get business. He's like saying, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to call this out. The racism is so evident. And then the coonery, the sellout, the number of black people that are doing their best to, I don't know, lie to themselves, or lie to people, or pretend that this doesn't have a tinge, that's not embodied. Like, this may not be a totally racist issue. Somebody broke the law, that's true. But the level of their anger and frustration and outrage does not fit the crime, Johnson. We're not talking about loss of life. We're not talking about terroristic acts. We're talking about money. So let's move past that part. Listen. So for the record, Feed the Future is the name of the program. The amount of money that's been embezzled or stolen, 250 to 300 million, and then we add in everything, $1 billion across child nutrition, autism services, housing, and medical programs since 2018. So it's not a one-time shop. Wasn't a one-time theft. This is over years. Over years. That's important, okay? So here's the thing. The other reason why I say this Somalian thing is full of funk is that a lot of these people are being prosecuted. It's not like they got away with it. They did get away with it, and now they're not getting away with it because 90 to 98 defendants were charged across related schemes. More than 60 pled guilty. And if you plead guilty to stealing like this, you're going to get some time. So nearly 100 people have been charged. It's not like it's gone like it's not like this deed has gone unpunished. It's not like they got away with it and nothing's happening. You know, we get upset about, as a Black American citizen who complains about police violence, shit like that. I get upset when cops get away with crime. There's always going to be people that commit crime. The least you can get is justice. If you can't prevent the crime, you want justice. Minnesota's getting justice as close to it as possible by locking motherfuckers up. 60 of them pled guilty. It's not even they fell on the sword. I did it. The money looked too good. I had to do it. I had to do it. Whatever. So indictments are continuing with FBI surging resources under Kash Patel. So Kash Patel said, send in the FBI to the state to help out because we really got to punish these Somalians. So the sentences include prison time, restitution orders to recover millions from the ringleader. So they try to get that money back, okay? Now, so to me, this seems like a bunch of horse shit. The amount of people that are complaining about it, making content about it, going on and on and on about it. So we got the little moron guy from the Trump. I don't know how he became the Trump guy. I know Elon likes him. He retweets him sometimes when he mocks Jasmine Crockett dressed up like Tyler Perry. It's like a little tiny Tyler Perry. Put him in your pocket. He might try to have sex with you. And then we got like the conservative Christian Black women that are Republican, whatever, that are also doing content on it, right? So that's one thing. But when we start looking at this from a more broader view, when you rise up and say, you know what, let's look at this in context with other crimes that are happening. Let's look at some other frauds, because why are people so upset about these frauds? I know why they're upset about it. They're upset about it because it's Somalians. Because this is nothing. This is a drop in the bucket for the financial schemes that have happened in the United States. Now, so I did a search for the schemes. Now, the biggest scheme I could think of was Iraq. Yeah, we went to a war we should have never been involved in. Not only was it the cost of the Iraq war, it was the U.S. casualties and the victims, Iraqis. 1 million Iraqis dead for doing nothing. They didn't attack us on 9/11. But America fabricated a story so we could go to war and make some money. So that's like the biggest scheme. But barring that, let's go to this. Of course, we had the housing, right? The housing collapse in 2008. Widespread predatory lending, falsified loan docs, securities fraud by banks like Lehman Brothers, $50 billion in limit of hidden liabilities, $50 billion. That contributed to the crisis. Not a single scam, but involved massive fraud across an industry. We're talking about to the tune of $100 billion in direct fraud, trillions in total economic loss. You start putting the Somalians that are going to jail. No bankers went to jail for that shit. You know how many people were hurt by that? I wonder how many Minnesotans lost their homes because of what the Somalians did. This group of Somalians. This group, not all Somalians in Minnesota did this shit. This group, it's only 100 people that have been indicted. There are 50,000 Somalians, I'm guessing, in Minnesota. I'm talking about less than what? Less than 2%? I don't know. I'm not good at math. But I can count bigot. I can count bigot and racist motherfucker. I can come up with that amount. Then we got the savings and loan crisis. Number 2, savings and loan crisis. Over 1,000 S&L institutions failed due to risky investments, insider abuse, and accounting fraud. Taxpayers bailed out via government resolution. This is what Obama did. Obama came in and bailed them out. $150 billion. There are black businesses, no, there are black homeowners who lost their homes. A lot of Americans lost their homes. But of course, black people were hit the hardest. Once again, I don't know how many Minnesotans lost their homes because of this group of Somalis who ran fraudulent charities. Bad thing to do. I don't know how much it impacted everyone else. Enron. Some of us are old enough to remember at least the name Enron. The energy giant back in 1985 to 2001 used off-balance sheet entities to hide debt, inflate profits, leading to bankruptcy in Sarbanes-Oxley Act. The Sarbanes-Oxley Act. Okay, so that was 74 billion in shareholder losses. This hurt individual people, shareholders, and corporations, of course. And I'm thinking some retirement funds. Anything that could invest, any entity that could invest, any instrument that could invest. 401ks, profit sharings, I don't know. I'm just kind of putting it in perspective about the Somalia thing. Bernie Madoff is one guy. Bernie Madoff had a Ponzi scheme. Investment advisor ran the largest Ponzi scheme ever. He fabricated returns for 40,000 clients. 40,000. He was sentenced to 150 years. The value of the scheme was $65 billion in value. $20 billion in actual investor losses. We had one guy that did, I don't know, 20, 50 times more damage than this group of Somalians did. I'm just pointing that out. Both bad. Should not have happened. Against the law. Horrible thing to do. To say you're feeding children, and then you don't feed children, you feed your pockets. And buy homes and nice cars. Horrible thing to do. A lot of people do it. The biggest scam, next to the Iraq War, is this one. The COVID-19 relief scam. Family, I didn't know these numbers were this big. Listen, massive exploitation of the PPP, the EIDL, unemployment, and nutrition programs via fake businesses, ghost employees, identity theft, including the Somalia scandal as a subset. Remember, they're not the only ones. That's how they got their money. It started, a lot of the money came in through the COVID-19, okay? Estimates vary, but 11 to 15% of the 4.5 trillion total relief is fraudulent. So $4 to $5 trillion was allocated for COVID relief, and 11 to 15% of that was stolen. We're talking about $200 billion to $750 billion. Ongoing investigations in a $10 billion attempted fraud. Hey, I got more, fam. I'm not going to bore you by going further, but we got the WorldCom scandal, which broke up MCI, and if you're old, you remember that. FTX collapse, That wasn't long ago. The FTX, 8 billion and 16 billion. Allen Stanford Ponzi scheme. I've never even heard of this. The waste management scandal, 98 to 2002, 6 billion, 1.7 billion false earnings. Then the Health South scandal. So let's wrap this up, shall we? Let's get down to it, fam. Listen, once again, I'm not defending what happened. It's a horrible thing. Should not have happened. But don't be a tool of a fucking corrupt, racist system. Don't be a tool. Don't pile into this shit as if, oh no, the sky's falling. Because they really don't care about the sky falling. Nah, they don't care about it. It's sort of like those people complaining about the Epstein files because they want Trump to go there. They don't really care about the missing or the children that were hurt. They care about bringing down Trump. Same thing with this. These people really don't care about Somalians facing justice because they are facing justice. Unlike a lot of scams that have happened, a lot of situations, a lot of these people already plead guilty. They're going to jail, Johnson. They're going to be punished. My thing is, I'm not saying we got to be saints, but if you know somebody's using you as a pawn to go after other people, to make, with fake outrage, like, I'm not going to be a part of that. I want you to know I'm not a part of that shit. I want to come out boldly and say no. Like, yeah, I got issues with a lot of the activities of the United States government, with their border policies, with their immigration policies, but I'm not going to demonize Somalians in Minnesota, this fraction of the population, just so some Republicans can maybe take some of the heat off the Epstein files. I don't even know what's going on, Johnson. I mean, we're still talking about this local issue in the state. Maybe because it's Tim Walz. I don't like Tim Walz either. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be honest and tell you the truth. If this happened in the red state, the Republicans wouldn't be talking about it. And since it happened in the blue state, most of the time, most of the Democrats aren't talking about it. So they're both playing the same game. And all I'm saying is, I want us to realize it. If I can't make the whole world realize it, the least I could do is make my 10 Black Wolf Pack realize it. The least I could do is make the people that watch this show not be like those people who unknowingly are part of a weird-ass lynch mob of a bunch of people deflecting from their own bullshit. Stealing's that good. America been stealing since day one. At least in this situation, somebody gonna be held accountable. I'm not saying it's not significant. It is significant. Locally, it is significant. They're using this to call for Walz to step down. They say Walz is incompetent. He may be. I thought he was a crap VP pick. I know some other people liked him because they liked the way Minnesota was run. I don't hear them saying that now that they see this shit. Yeah, I remember people was, Tim Walz is great. He gives them health care, and he does things. He lets the trans read the books to the kids, and he believes that he puts women's contraceptives and stuff in the boys' rooms. He's amazing. Saint Tim Walz. I mean, Tim Walz is such an irritant, and he's such a pain in the ass. Like, I dislike him so much, I'm a little pissed off his name is Tim. What this guy doing with my name? Call him Tom. Biff or some shit. I'm pissed at his parents. But even though I feel that way, I get to stand on business. I get to tell you, these people making more of this shit because these are Somalians. They're making more of this shit because they want a distraction. Just like the Democrats are making more of the Epstein files because they want to win on Trump. And that's all it is. And this is a circus. But at the end of the day, none of those things help our situation. None of those things are going to be good for us. They're going to help us keep our kids fed, put a roof overhead, close the racial wealth gap. None of it. Help our businesses grow. It's not like they're saying, hey, we're pissed off this happened. And for that, let's go and focus on all those businesses that haven't been getting funded since we screwed up and funded these people with imaginary businesses. No one's even considering that. No one's even talking about that. So what I'm saying is, they get you riled up, upset about something else, but they don't even pretend to give a shit about making your life better. They just want you emotionally invested in somebody else getting what's coming to them. I say, hey, take back your power and focus on getting what's coming to you. Guess what's coming to us. Man, that's why I say, man, the media is a very dangerous thing, because the media is what makes them able to get away with the nonsense. Anybody that's talking about the Somalians in Minnesota for more than a couple of days is on some bullshit. We should see it for what it is. Because meanwhile, every day, 250 black women go missing. Women and children, girls. They can't get coverage. We got Ponzi schemes that happen in this country every couple of years. And comparing this to those schemes, it's light work. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying they should get away with it. And they're not. But what I'm saying, in comparison, yeah, I think it really shows what America's on. And I already knew it, so I'm not surprised. I hope you're not surprised how shitty America is and how biased it really is. Let's not take our eye off the ball. Let's focus. Let us focus on what's most important for us. It always go back to the primary concern is, what's in it for us? Black Americans need to be a lot more selfish. Hey, I got love for some of these. I had a couple reverends come on the show, and they talked a good word, man. They come on here, I've had great reverends come on, bishops, pastors, and they've had great lessons that they've taught. And I believe that they believe what they believe. What I'm saying is, I believe black Americans need to be a lot more selfish with their time, with their mental focus, and with our, I would say, currency. Because see, black America, when we focus on an issue, when we collectively focus on an issue, it gives it a supercharge. Because we're a group of people that have been the most wronged in the country. And when you're people that have been consistently dogged like black Americans have, only the biggest can even try to dismiss us. So that's why they want us to join in on all the issues, because we carry the authority of being those people that were dogged out the most. They use that against us. They use that to get us involved in their shenanigans. But on the other side, what do we get for it? Nothing. So I say, be cautious, recognize game. Recognize when they're roping you into some bullshit. And also, don't be tripping off this Somalian situation in Minnesota. America been robbing us. Let's quantify how much money was taken out of our households, how much money was taken out of our culture, how much money was extracted from us that we never saw. So when we start bringing this up, all of a sudden, all those people complaining about the Somalians, they all get quiet. What's this got to do with that, Johnson? Why are you bringing that up? Why are you going way back in time? Why? Yeah, that's when they don't want to have a conversation. All of a sudden, they don't want to talk no more. They want to end the press conference. Now, that's when I want the conversation to start. All right, y'all, that's it. My name is Tim Black. I want to thank you for tuning into the show tonight. We'll be back Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with more thoughtful commentary, more breakdown on what's being discussed. Hey, man, I'm not here to cape for the Somalians, that small group of Somalians who did that shit. Hey, man, you had fun taking the money, now you're going to have fun paying for it. But what I won't do is be a token and be a tool of some bullshit while people distract from the actual issue. I also won't be a token or a tool of the Democrats who want to feign like they really care about women and girls gone missing. We really ought to care about is hurting Trump with the Epstein files. See? It's fun being Tim Black. Yo, check this out. You've been watching the most dangerous show in America. Why? Because just like that, just covering these two stories, that's more equality, more unbiased truth-telling than you're gonna get out of most channels. They're gonna go both sides. Not most of them. But we have some elite channels, so I'm not saying we don't have some that won't do it. We have some that will definitely do it. But what I'm saying is, I am doing that work. All right? So that makes us special. If you value what we do here, become a member by going to jointimberlake.com. Starting only $5 a month. Number love for you. Let's go to comments. Who is in the building, Johnson? Wow. They're doing the same thing in California and New York, but that's not on front page news. See? I believe it. You're cold, B1. Hey, I appreciate it, Earl. I appreciate it, family. Rain is in the building. Rain and Tears says, I give props on that. Thank you, Rain and Tears. What's up, Mo? I appreciate you, fam. No doubt. I want to thank my moderators, Buck Bewley, Ebony, and the amazing Black Mama for putting it down for me. Thank you for giving your time to this show. I appreciate you. I want to thank the members of my Timberlake Wolfpack, the members of my VIP, both on YouTube and on Patreon. Thank y'all for what y'all do. Also, you'll notice there's a new feature on YouTube where if you make a comment, I can respond to your comment with an audio response. So I've been doing that lately. I think it's cool as shit. So I don't have to type a response. I can just talk to you. So I like the new feature. So go to YouTube, make comments on videos, and I'm going to give you a vocal response. All right? That's it. I'm done, man. I'm hungry. I'm tired. I'm through. But I love you. I'll see you soon. Be safe. Today's the 29th. Let me look at this schedule, Josh. Okay, the first is on Wednesday. Am I going to be here? Am I going to be live? Shit. I don't know if I'll be live on New Year's, man. Man, what, dude? We don't have anything planned. Damn. Damn, life comes at you fast, don't it? Fam, you know what? I haven't even considered it. Can I think about it? Look, guys, follow me on, come back to YouTube, check the community post. I'll let you know if I'm going to be doing the show tomorrow. All right? Yeah. Because I need to come up with a New Year's show. I haven't done it in a couple years. It'd be dope if I came up with a New Year's show. Yeah. All right, guys. Much love to you. Remember, stay courageous, stay bold, and most of all, stay dangerous. That's right. Don't let nobody take your cornbread. That's your cornbread. Keep your cornbread, fam. All right? Now, everybody's got reasons for doing what they do. Here goes just a couple of my reasons. That's right. I don't give enough love to my sons, TJ and Chase. They are my princes. I love them very much. I'll see y'all next time.